Hey everyone, good afternoon. Jamie Sierra from missionfulfillment.com. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about an event that's happening right now, the Australian Open. As I'm coming from Boston, of course, this weekend we are suffering from very freezing weather. We had a freezing rainstorm yesterday that just basically left the whole outside, the whole walkway, our whole driveway area, and my car full of ice, full of sheet of ice. So yesterday I actually kind of got stranded indoors, and right now it's actually 5 degrees Fahrenheit right outside right now. And fortunately I was able to get out and get to the gym this morning. However, it took me about almost 45 minutes to try to scrape off the ice off the windows of my car. And unfortunately I was not able to get it all, and I pretty much had to drive through the weather and everything today in order to get to the gym. But definitely happy that I was able to get my workout done. Just been quite an interesting weekend as far as that is concerned. Hurt my back just a little bit shoveling the wet, heavy snow as well. But overall, it's been a very good, productive, long weekend as we celebrate Martin Luther King here in the United States. And so I'm really envious of what's going on as far as the way down under in Australia, because there's such a great tennis tournament going on down there. It's warm, it's sunny, it's a little bit hot for some people, I understand, but it's just such an ideal situation to just be be inside of all that energy that I truly love, and just knowing that these fans, they're having the time of their life watching the greatest tennis players in the world play. So I figured I'd actually continue to talk a little bit about this great event since I covered Andy Murray last week. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about who is probably perhaps the greatest tennis player of all time. And that is actually Serena Williams. Serena pretty much, she has just been completely dominant, and there's no question the records there just completely speak for herself. She's been number one in the world for many years now. I don't think she's currently number one right now, but she's kind of getting back into that ranking ever since she had her baby about a year ago. Actually, she even won her last major in Australia 2 years ago while she was pregnant. Just absolutely unbelievable. But she has 23 major titles. That's 3 more than Roger Federer, who holds the all-time men's titles in singles and majors. And Serena is actually going for number 24, and that if she were to get to number 24, she's actually will be able to tie Margaret Court of Australia, of all places, for the all-time majors lead at 24. So Serena's up against that. I know she is completely determined and to get that record. So I know she's going to get that, because she is definitely dialed in on achieving 24 majors. And whether she goes for number 25, that remains to be seen. I'm sure she will. I'm sure she'll definitely have the opportunity to do that if she were to pull out the Australian Open title this week coming up. So kudos to her. But I wanted to talk to you about Serena too, because a lot of stigma about her is that she's just a naturally gifted athlete, and that she's physically stronger and she's physically faster than pretty much all the women that are on tour. But nothing could be really further from the truth. What makes Serena a success is her determination and her dedication to the sport. And it's just absolutely, I believe it's completely unparalleled, because I think she trains harder, she works harder than any other person on the tour, both women and men. She is just completely determined. And so I wanted to talk to you about what we can really take away from Serena Williams, and what we can learn from her and apply to our everyday lives, apply to our businesses, to apply to our careers, apply to even our health and our relationships or even if we love to play tennis or any other sport, we can apply these attributes as well. So let me go through this quickly and and talk about this. So number one, I think the first attribute that we could really learn about Serena is train harder than anyone else. When I was kind of watching Serena, watching some videos and reading up on some of Serena's mindset, some of Serena's thinking, I was really blown away by this particular quote. And it says, because a lot of times when we're training, we're all training for something. We all have to get up in the morning, get to work. We all have to get to the gym. We all, athletes have to go and train every day for their particular sport. But she says there's obviously days that I don't feel like training, but there is no day that goes by that I feel like losing. And that gets her up. And that is really, really a real trigger for her, because she knows when she feels like hitting that snooze button, that losing is automatically neural programmed right into her, and that she will definitely get up and then she'll get going no matter how bad she feels. And that's how we have to take it in life. If we're trying to drop that extra 10 pounds, but we don't feel like getting up extra early before work to get to the gym, you have to have your why there. And Serena's biggest why is that she does not like to lose at all. And that's what keeps her going each and every morning. And so she's pulled from doing that. She doesn't have to push herself. Sometimes she gets that reminder, and that will pull her in order to get that extra, training regimen that she needs to do, that extra hour in the gym, or that extra half hour, working on her service game, working on her returns or ground strokes or whatever she goes through on her practice drills. But basically, train harder than you ever over anybody else. And Serena says luck has nothing to do with it, because I spent hours on the court working for my one moment in time. Unbelievable. The second thing I think we can learn from Serena is there's always something that you have to give up for success. And I truly believe this, that we always have a price to pay. Success has a price. I believe success is simple. It's a recipe that we have to follow, but yet you got to continue to follow through this recipe, because there are times that there are routines that are completely boring. There are routines that are completely monogamous, and yet you got to continue to follow through the recipe, follow through the process in order to get your desired results, in order to achieve success, in order to achieve Wimbledon titles. You got to follow through, and you got to be willing to do the things that you don't want to do at times. Even though it's simple, it's not easy, but it's simple. And basically that means not spending 10 hours a day binge watching Netflix. Also, the third attribute that we can definitely learn from Serena is always love yourself and don't be concerned what others think, because this could be a big distraction in your life, whether you're trying to get that project done in work, or you just don't believe in yourself, or you have to get up and speak in front of 100, 200, 1,000 people. You need to know that you're assured of yourself, that you love yourself and you believe in yourself, and you can ignore the noise, ignore the criticism around you. She does not care what other people think. She doesn't read the press, and she is a big advocate on self-love, and she is always trying to nurture herself, trying to always improve herself, not only on the court, but off the court. And she really believes in self-love. And that's just, and I was really, that was a big aha moment when I was really trying to read up on Serena. I've seen tons of her matches. I've seen a lot of her matches throughout her career, and and obviously she's just so incredibly impressive to watch. But this is something I actually did not know about Serena. So that was a great aha moment for me. So on that, we also, the fourth attribute, what we find about Serena that I really, found out, is that we have to accept the idea that we're not perfect and that we always make mistakes. And I think this is really true, because when you see Serena Williams play on the court, you see everything. You see she wears her emotions on her sleeve, and sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's not so good of a thing. I think sometimes she lets her competitiveness, because she is an extremely competitive person, sometimes it gets the best of her. And I think the best thing that Serena knows is that she learns from the mistakes, she applies those learnings, and she makes sure that, you know, she basically does not repeat the same mistakes, and she leaves the past into the past. She does not bring her past mistakes into a current match. Any mistakes that she made, whether it was not strategizing enough against a rival tennis player of hers. Well, she's unrivaled, so, but say for instance, hypothetically, she lost a match to her sister Venus, and she made a lot of mistakes on the match, and she didn't do the things that she was supposed to. She knows how to make those adjustments so that she's better prepared to go up against Venus next time. So, and that's how we have to be. We always have to accept that we're not going to be perfect, and that we are going to make mistakes. We are going to make mistakes in that presentation or in that speech that we need to make, and we need to make sure we correct itself and continue to move on, not dwell on those mistakes and get caught up. So basically, those are the 4 attributes, and one more attribute which I find is my favorite and the most profound is that, lastly, when the match is on the line, remain calm under pressure. So basically, in Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, they both have the same belief system. Remain calm when things are under pressure. They always seem to be relaxed. They always seem to be focused. When the game is on the line and they know they need to deliver in a very, very tense and tough period where it's high pressured. But basically all of them feel the same way, that the work and preparation enables them for them to shine in the moment. So they believe in themselves because they put in the work, they put in the preparation, they've known they prepared for this particular moment, so they know they're going to make that shot. Tom Brady knows he's going to make that clutch pass, that clutch play to win the Super Bowl or win the AFC Championship. Michael Jordan knows that he spent all that time practicing when nobody was around. When the whole team left and even the coach left, Michael stayed, worked on his jump shot, worked on his game. He knows he's been prepared. He was prepared for that moment, for the last 10 seconds of the game. That's where Michael Jordan shines. That's where Serena shines, knowing that she's down a break and, she needs to find a way to break back, because she's going to lose a set or lose the match, and she finds a way to dig in and deliver in the most crucial times. So basically that is pretty much the 5 attributes that we can learn from Serena. Once again, train harder. Number 1, train harder than anybody else. Number 2, there's always something you have to give up for success. Number 3, always love yourself and don't care what others think. And number 4, allow ourselves to make mistakes. And then number 5, stay calm under pressure. So, guys, thank you for watching. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button, and definitely, please, I definitely invite you guys to see my written blog on www.missionfulfillment.com, and as well I have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, and as well as an Instagram account where I always post some very inspiring quotes, and I'll have a couple up there from Serena as well that I found really profound that I've been able to apply in this weekend as well. So thank you again for watching, and have a great day. Take care.